record on this computer.
Yeah.
Found it.
Yeah.
Jamie, you are a kitty cat. Lord have mercy. I love it. Hey, Jessica. Okay. So you guys can, I'll leave it up to y'all. Y'all can unmute yourself. You can mute yourself. You can do whatever you want. I don't really have like a plan for this meeting. I did print lots of stuff off, some of which Alex sent to me today. But you know, I feel like November has been really slow for a lot of people. You're eating. You don't have to do it. You're good, girl. Um, but I wanted to jump on, and I'm hoping that Alex at some point will be able to jump in too, because I want to talk about giving yourself grace. I think that giving yourself grace in the midst of anything that you're going through is important. Some of you know, some of you may not know that my brother just had a double lung transplant. I am not going to talk much about it because I still can't. Like, I lose it, fall apart. I was trying to talk to my neighbor a little bit about it like 30 minutes ago and lost it. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm like, it's just emotions are like up here. So I wanted to, one, I was looking for stuff for myself even, and I was like, you know what, Becky, you really need to try and have a team meeting. You haven't had one in a while. And while you're at it, you don't have anything prepared. So what can you do? You can wing it and you can fake it till you make it. And then I was like, you know what? I want to come on here and talk about grace. I want to come on here and talk about giving yourself grace. One of the things that I've found, and I printed them all just so I would have them in front of me, but there's two I want to read to you guys, and then I want to just kind of open it up and just kind of talk about it. Okay, so might be three I want to read, but they're short. Here you go. There's three of them in specific that I want to read. The first one was like one of the first ones I found, and I was like, that. It says, give yourself grace. Nothing in nature blooms all year long. How freaking awesome is that? I mean, that's just like, that was like the slap in the face almost that I needed to quit beating myself up for all the things I hadn't gotten done and all the things that I'm not going to get done because my schedule right now is crazy. But when you think about nature and you think about plants and you think about all the things, you have some, they come back year after year. And that's what I'm going to claim. I'm going to claim that comeback status of, when I know that this is just a season in my life, and I know that this too shall pass. I say that all the time, this too shall pass. And when it does, it's going to open me up to, one, be stronger, two, hopefully be smarter about things that I do in my business and how I do them, and more importantly, why I do them. I don't remember if it was Jamie or if it was Alex that I was having a conversation with earlier in the week where I said, it may have been both of y'all, where I said, I'm really glad that I had my team stuff and my VIP stuff all already scheduled, because no one knew we were going to get this call, and no one knew how it was going to be. So, I was glad that I did those things, and that reinforces that behavior to me, because now, whether I'm on Facebook or not, there's a post hitting my team page and there's a post hitting my VIP page every single day because I was prepared. And I think that's huge. The second one I want to read to y'all says, when you fall, the grace of allowing yourself to just lay there, whew, I'm gonna cry already, resting in the mess for a while before rising again, can be the most tender form of self-care. And I was like, whew, I'm there, y'all. I'm just laying in it right now, basting in it, pouring it over my head, My mom is like, what are we going to do about Thanksgiving? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm not. I'm thankful. That's all I got to be. I'm thankful. And then the last one said, instead of I feel so lazy for being exhausted all the time, try saying I'm grateful for my body's natural ability to perceive when it needs rest. Give yourself grace. So, again, I don't have a topic. This is just kind of a free for all. Anyone can jump in. I am hoping that Alex jumps in because this is a topic that Alex wanted to talk about. And with everything that has happened, she's having a crazy life like I'm having. I know Tracy is. I know Jamie is. Jamie's got some issues going on as well. And I can't speak for Angela or Nancy. But right now it seems like everybody's life is crazy. So it's not just mine. So Alex, are you up for talking?
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
like starting a meeting and putting you right on the spot, huh?
Oh, no, I mean, that's totally fine. I don't mind that at all. But it had like since I don't know if any of you guys know, but in early 2021, I decided to stay home with my babies, and that worked for a little while until we ran out of money. And I ended up having to go back to work, and it started out that I was going back to work part-time. And then we knew we still weren't financially going to make it. Sensi was a great supplement, but it just wasn't there for full-time money. So I knew I was going to have to go back full-time. So in September, I started as a supervisor for social services, and social services in itself is extremely stressful, and being a supervisor in social services is insanely stressful. And I've had a lot of things happen in the last couple months where I've just I have to be limited in what I'm doing right now. I don't have a choice. I forgot to strap I didn't forget to strap my child into the car seat. I forgot to check and make sure that it was properly anchored, and thank God we didn't get into an accident. My mother-in-law caught it, but I didn't, and that was a huge thing for me. I've had some panic attacks, including one in front of my kids. Just too many, there's not enough time for me to do everything. There's not enough time for me to work full-time and be a mom full-time and be a wife full-time and do the house full-time and cook and do Sensi and have time for me to shit. There's just not enough time for all of those things to happen. So I'm having to be choosy is the word. I'm having to pick and choose what I do. It's driving me nuts because I'm an all-in kind of person. So it's really hard for me, and Becky's constantly having to tell me it's okay if you need to slow down right now. My PRV is the lowest it has been in a year, since August of last year. So it's definitely, I'm struggling. I'm struggling mentally, I'm struggling physically, I'm struggling.
But do you see, do you have a path, like a journey? Is there something where you can look and say, okay, that's what I've had to do. I've had to stop and say, okay, my PRV is the lowest it's been in that long too. I don't know if I'll hit that 2,500 mark, which is my minimum. But I also know I haven't been working my business, and I know I physically can't do everything. But I am acknowledging that I'm still doing what I can. My thank yous were 2 weeks late, but I'm also being honest with all of my customers, and I'm telling them they are following this journey with me. So I think all of them know. And I think that that's helpful. I think that that's where it kind of goes back to, y'all, is that relationship that you have with your customers. And by me putting it out there and saying this is what's going on, and my brother is like, he's the coolest dude ever. He's like, I don't care if you put pictures of me on there. I mean, like, he would let me put the picture of his cut on there. I mean, he's just like, I don't, he's like, send them to me, I want to see them. And he's sending them out to everyone. I'm like, no, they have to ask to see that before I'm gonna just put that out there, because it's nasty. I'm gonna tell y'all, it is not what I expected going in. Um, but that's the good thing, is that they all know that this has happened. They all know that I'm literally only home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday I'm back on the road again, and I'm there until Sunday. And so they all have been so supportive. Um, that in mind, I am sitting here going, Becky, are you going to hit that 2,500 mark? That is your minimum. And I'm not terribly far away from it. So now I'm like, okay, what can I do at the end of the month? Is there something I can do that's easy, that doesn't take a lot of time, to try to rally, to try to get there? And I haven't decided if I will. Like, I had some stuff that I was like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Um, but the reality is I had to stop and go, okay, one, I suffer from migraines, and I know that if I stress myself this far, I know that that's going to happen. So I'm like, no, if I get around to it, great. And if I don't, it's going to be okay. And I think that's
That
the thing. Go
that's
ahead.
kind of the mentality that I kind of have to have right now. And I'm still taking care of my VIPs, but like I haven't really had a lot of parties. I haven't, I did a couple mystery bag things to try and get rid of some of my stock, but I already told them like they're not going out right away. Like you should expect at least a week before before they go out. Um, and I'm the same. Like I don't. I had a panic attack in front of my son and scared him.
You had what?
I had a panic attack in front of my son the other day and scared him to death. And I used to only get them like once, like every 5 years or so, and I've had four in the last 3 months. So
Yeah, you need to slow down. Then you need to, and that's kind of why I was like, obviously the last thing I want to do is add something to my list of things to do. But I felt like this was important. I felt like it was important, really, for everyone, to just know that it's okay. And I think Morgan used to talk about it, and she would say, it's okay to fail, just fail forward. And I think that that's big. I think that sometimes, hey, Melissa, I think that sometimes, first of all, in general, it's okay to fail. Failing doesn't mean that you're not going to fail at it all the time. Failing just means that whatever you did that time didn't work, and you need to think differently or try something different. So I'm going to steal that Morgan used to always say, and let's fail forward. Um, and I will say,
Can I,
yes, say
I just
again.
say, can I jump in? Also, the biggest thing that I feel like you and I both have learned from Morgan is that failure isn't really failure. Failure is actually growth. If you can see the failure and how it happened, and you grow from that and you change it, and you're
Yes.
able to move forward from it, that's growth.
Yes.
So it's not a fail, it's actually growth.
Absolutely.
It's changing the perception.
Absolutely. And again, it's kind of going back to that giving yourself grace, and I'm sure that there was another one. It was that one that I read last that says, instead of saying, I feel so lazy for being exhausted all the time, change the way you're saying it. And like you just said, maybe change, I'm not failing, I'm growing, but I'm growing forward, I'm growing up, I'm growing in the direction that I want to grow. And I think that that's huge.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, I'm not quitting. I'm just having to take a pause and
Mhm.
not really stop, but not really push right.
Yes. And that's totally okay. That's totally okay. Hey Mel, I just saw your thing. I didn't know you were pregnant. I did
She's
not
a
know that.
quiet one.
She's what?
She's a quiet one. She's been sneaky about it.
She is. That's cool though.
How are things with you, Tracy?
Well, life is a shit show as always. Um, I don't know how many of you know, but my husband has cancer for the third time. And this time they can't find it. So he's losing weight rapidly and they don't know why. I have my own health issues that I'm battling right now. But like Becky says, you know, sometimes taking a step back. I used to always be that person who had the highest PRV. I mean, Becky and I used to run for it together. And Morgan would always say, it's not always going to be there. It's not always going to be there, Tracy. You're not always going to be up that high. And I laughed at her. And I realized after the fact, when I haven't been hitting those high notes, that I'm supposed to hit the low notes. And we're supposed to hit those because of times like these. We're supposed to give ourselves, like Becky's been saying, the grace, the opportunity to slow down and see what life is about. Life isn't just about our business. Life is about those in our life and around us and that the things that matter. And when we have all of this nonsense going on, if we don't take the time to sit back and listen to ourselves and what our body needs and what our families need, we're not just going to lose PRV, we're going to lose everything with it.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Becky, for showing this, and know that our prayers are with you. I mean, my prayers are with all of you. I think everybody is going through crazy times right now.
Yes.
And this is the time that we should come together and lean on each other and support each other. So
it is. I totally agree with that. And I'm going to tell you, hands down, if it were not for the support system that I have around me, each of you included, I mean, like, I can't even tell you how overwhelming it is to try to get on Facebook. Hi, Emma. I see you, pretty girl. Emma Dawson. I can't even tell you how comforting it has been to have so many people reach out. And sometimes I can't even respond back to them because I'll fall apart if I do. I told my husband the other day, I was like, I just need to go somewhere, be alone, and ugly cry. That's what I need to do. I need to let all of it out, and I just need to exhaust myself of all the energy that I have pent up inside of me that, and I know it's just going to come back, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't stepped outside and let myself feel all of it. But I will when it's time. Hi, sweet baby.
you don't always have to be Superwoman, Becky.
I know.
Again, you're talking about giving yourself grace. Allow yourself to walk through these emotions, because what you just have been going through. Oh, hi. What you've been going through.
Beautiful. I love you.
And that right there is the best medicine ever.
It is. And they've all been sick, so I haven't been able to go and see them because I can't take the chance. What, baby? What is she saying?
She's coughing. We've all got RSV over here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
So there was another one, if I can find it. Here you go. Things to remember, Tracy. Things to remember. You're allowed to change your plans. Alex, you're allowed to change your plans. You don't have to be happy all the time. Showing emotions is healthy and okay. Authenticity. Becky. This one is my best one. Authenticity is better than perfection. That one like dug deep. And you're amazing just the way you are. I'm probably like, I printed all of these big size. I'm probably gonna have them like hanging up on your mirrors, the walls. Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like we all have to like, and that's how we nurture other people. There was one of them I read, and I don't think I was able to print it, that said something like, we're so busy telling other people to take care of themselves. You're only human. You need to stop and realize that you're human too. And I was like, that's a big one too. I mean, it's like, Alex, you did that.
The-
You cried for half the day, a bit Sunday. Oh, Nathan's got the flu. I'm telling you, man, y'all, it's going around. Like everybody is just sick. It's crazy.
So I will tell you one really good positive about me having lower PRV this month. I got to tell Christine that she was kicking my ass, and I was proud of her.
Yes. Yes. And I actually reached out to her as well. So y'all, this is a funny thing, because everyone here is not on my team, but I was doing this trial thing. I had no idea that we were going to get this phone call, obviously. But last month, we had a lot of shout outs and our team did really good. And this month I told them, ooh, Tracy, I want what you're drinking.
Wine.
Exactly. But I told my team that I was not going to shout anybody out in the month of November. I was just going to see, and then I was going to pick it back up at like the last week of November and see if they preferred that, how they liked it, whether they liked it, all kinds of good stuff. And then I was like, I felt relieved because we did get the phone call, and I'm just now feeling like I'm starting to catch up on some of my Scentsy stuff because my bookkeeping business has to take priority. And so I'm sitting there like, phew, I'm glad that that's one less thing I didn't have to do. But then there's this other side of me that are typical, or my typical, I should say, heavy hitters are not necessarily like everybody's kind of in that same ballpark. And I was like, man, how much how encouraging would this be for them? So I have been reaching out to them one-on-one and saying, I just want you to know I see you. I know I'm not posting it on the page, but I do see you. And it's big because sometimes that's what charges people. Sometimes that's what just gets in their blood, and they're just like, oh, that feels good. I've been working all this hard and it's working out now. So yeah. So Jamie, I see you back there, Nancy and Angela and Nicole, my sweet babies. If any of you guys would like to add to this, then I highly encourage you to jump in, because sometimes just talking about it is helpful. And I know that we all have it. So like, I know there's just always pent up stuff there. So if any of you would like to chime in, please do. Jamie's a kitty cat. I can't stop looking at it because it keeps moving too.
You can talk to Mimi now. I unmuted it. You say hi.
4, 5.
Oh, no, you don't want to talk.
Now you don't want to talk to me, girl?
9.
Is Dawson sleeping? Oh, sweet chunky man. He is. Angela, I know that you started this meeting in general with some good stuff going on with you. So maybe you should tell us about your good stuff and just make us all smile big.
I ain't got nothing good.
Yes, you do.
I
You
hit
said,
500 BRVs, but
girl, that's big. That's leadership numbers. That's
Yeah.
big. And you said
Well,
you're getting ready to close out a big party?
yeah,
Excellent. See, that is good.
yeah.
That's kind of what I've been trying to do in our team, is to get people to shout out. Like for you, like for some people that may seem like that's not a big deal, but for you, that's a big deal. And you need to like jump all over that, girl. You should be shouting yourself out and patting yourself on the back. That's a big deal. Like I said, that's leadership numbers. That's awesome.
My daughter's going to sign up underneath of me.
And then you're going to have a team. Love it, girl. Love it. And your
Yeah.
daughter is pregnant, right?
I hope so.
See, that's awesome too. I love it, girl.
Really
Nancy,
awesome. Literally, that's a lot going for you. Be proud of yourself.
that is a lot. That's big.
Very
Thank
much
you.
so.
You should be doing the happy dance.
I know.
We'll see him tomorrow.
Nancy, how about you? How are things going for you? Oh, babe, will you fluff those real quick and then I'll throw your laundry in? Just leave those in there. Sorry. Husband's doing his laundry and mine's still in there. That's how bad it is. It's like fluffing those in.
Wait, you don't do laundry together?
No.
You do them separate?
Have you seen his clothes?
That's true.
Yeah. Nancy, how have things been going for you, girly? She's like, I'm not talking. I don't even have my eyebrows on, y'all. That's how bad it is. I forgot to put my ring on, everything, y'all. I'm just like upside down. I went to get a pedicure. She's like, what kind of design you want? I'm like, you just choose. I can't choose one more thing. Jamie, how about you, girly? Are you up for talking about how things are going for you?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have my wireless thing in my ear. So, I mean, things are going good. My PRV is good this month. I'm shooting for a little more. I did a little Black Friday special private message. Hoping to boost that up a little bit. But it is good to hear y'all talk because I mean, what I have going on is not as drastic as some of y'all's, but at the same time, I do have some things going on, and I feel like, such as my scent of the month box came in last Friday, and I don't have those together yet, and I already have a couple of people that have paid, so I'm like struggling trying to get those together, the packages, and I'm like, I mean, but you can't do it so much in a day's time. And I mean, yes, I don't work, I'm at home, but there's still not enough hours in a day. So
And there never will be.
just trying to get it done.
Yep.
Trying to stay above water, but there again, I'm still counting my blessings because my issues are not as bad as some of y'all. So anyway,
Seasons, girl, seasons.
I know. Yeah.
Yep. Seasons. I don't, oh yeah, well, no, we're probably still okay. I was gonna say, we started a little late. We're probably getting close to that time. I don't know if it's gonna pop up and tell us. It says 4 minutes. I was looking for it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. Well, I guess we need to go because I'm not paying for Zoom. So we are limited to 40 minutes, which actually, I was telling Alex, I was like, I'm actually glad I did that because then I can't stay on here because, we're all busy. But anyway, thank you guys all for jumping on here. Oh, look, now it says I still got 10 minutes. Look at that. But she said, what? But anyway, thank you guys all for jumping on here. Thank you all for your love and prayers. And know that I am reading every comment, and those of you who have said y'all have stuff going on, I am continually praying for y'all as well. I've actually befriended another family that's on the same floor. And like I'm sending them encouraging messages every day. And I cannot tell you how good that is for my soul. And they're in a different boat, but the same boat, but they're having the same ups and downs. And it just, it does me good to stop thinking about all this pressure and think about somebody else and say, how can I bless them? And guys, I really believe that that's really what this business is all about. It's about meeting people, making friends, building relationships, and showing them you care. And I think that as long as we all continue to do that, we're going to continue to thrive. We're all going to have seasons. Like I said, that one about the plants, nothing blooms all year. I was like, that's smart, So all I can say is that if you're in the middle of the drought, or if you're in the middle of a snow, whatever it is, just know that that seed is still there and it's still thriving, it's still growing, and it's going to grow and it's going to bloom again when the season is right. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a very happy Thanksgiving. Oh, my little man's awake. It's hard to pay attention when I see that cute little
Girl,
face.
I would not be able to focus at all if those are my grandbabies.
Sweet baby.
Say hi,
Oh,
Mimi. Oh, it's Mimi.
snuggling. Oh, sweet baby. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving. Hi, sweet baby. Hi, sweet baby. No smiles. He's like, look, girl, I just woke up.
I have him buy that thing.
But anyway, I hope you guys all have a happy
Mouth or
Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are all blessed beyond measure. And I'm going to try to do this again in about 2 weeks. And you guys are always welcome. It's not just for our team, it's for anybody that wants to be here and wants to participate. So anyway, love you guys. I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Babies, I hope I get to see y'all soon.
Happy
And
Thanksgiving, everyone. Becky, prayers
know.
are always going out for you. So just know
Shoot,
that.
by the time you're able to come see them, I'll be ready to get rid of all 3 of them.
I'll take them all.
Nice answer.
I'll take them all. All right, guys. I'll see y'all soon. I don't know how to stop the recording. I guess I just end.